The false cause fallacy is a logical error in reasoning that occurs when one assumes that because one event precedes another, it must have caused it. In other words, it mistakenly attributes causation solely based on the temporal sequence of events. This fallacy overlooks other possible explanations for the observed relationship between events and fails to establish a valid causal connection. The fallacy takes its name from the Latin phrase post hoc, ergo propter hoc, which translates to after this, therefore because of this. It reflects the flawed reasoning of assuming causality simply because one event occurred before another. There are several reasons why the false cause fallacy can lead to erroneous conclusions. Correlation versus causation. The fallacy confuses correlation, a statistical relationship between two variables, with causation, where one variable directly influences the other. Just because two events occur together does not necessarily mean that one caused the other. They could be coincidental or influenced by a third factor. Omitted variables. The fallacy overlooks other factors that could explain the observed relationship between events. It fails to consider alternative explanations or confounding variables that might account for the apparent causal link. Chance. Sometimes events happen to occur in sequence by chance alone. Assuming causality based solely on the order of events ignores the possibility of random variation or coincidence. Regression to the mean. In situations where extreme events occur, subsequent events are likely to be less extreme merely due to statistical regression to the mean. Mistakenly attributing causation to the preceding event neglects this natural tendency. Selective perception. People may selectively focus on instances where one event follows another in support of their preconceived beliefs or desired outcomes. This confirmation bias reinforces the false cause fallacy by reinforcing perceived causal relationships where none exist. In summary, the false cause fallacy is a common error in reasoning that occurs when causality is incorrectly inferred from temporal sequence alone. It fails to account for other possible explanations and relies on correlation without establishing a valid causal relationship. Recognizing and avoiding this fallacy is essential for sound reasoning and critical thinking.